You, where are you calling from, David? It's David, right?
Yeah, David Chung.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's my honor.
Fantastic. Where are you calling from?
I'm the Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Oh,
Yes.
nice. Fantastic. Um, so the I want to just welcome everybody here today that may or may not be familiar with our Pitch Investors Live portal here, but the Pitch Investors Live is really gaining some big traction. Lately, we were at a huge conference recently, and we're getting hundreds, now thousands of people coming to our app, and we've got investors like myself lined up that want to take pitches, and sometimes somebody like yourself, David, that makes a presentation to me. I may or may not end up being interested, but there may be somebody else watching. So keep in mind that there's other people out there listening to our presentation, your presentation, my comments. So thanks for being here today, David. And I'm going to turn it back to you. If you could just give us a quick little overview of what business you're in, what you're looking for, the opportunity that exists, and then we'll see if we can make some business here. So thank you.
Yep. Thank you for intro. 1 second. Yeah, we are the SnappyWire. SnappyWire is a mobile POS. POS is a merchant targeted point of sale system. So when you visit any restaurant, you see the POS, then you can pay the money and transactions. So we are the payment platform company for targeted merchant centric, so which is a small, medium merchant. So the uniqueness is the merchant just need their smartphone and download the app. They don't need any other terminals. So they can receive the payment by phone to phone like this, or take the photos of a card and with the recognitions, and also with dongles, we have an optional one, and contactless payment and Apple Pay others. So just have a smartphone and then you can receive a payment. That's our uniqueness. Also, another uniqueness is we have both on and offline POS. Most of the POS, like a Square, the Square is their market cap is pretty high right now. It's mobile basis payments, the solutions, but ours, we have a very unique. It's not only for the physical, the offline, but also online basis, the services we're providing.
Okay. So is this being used anywhere, or is this in development at this point?
This one we launched in Korea first. Korea entity has been established from the 2014, and then we get the investment about $6 million. And we got a lot of trial and errors for go to the market, because POS market is pretty huge, but going to the market is really difficult because a lot of big vendors, big brand is already in there. For example, Square, their yearly revenue is $2 billion. So it's for the trend to their revenue wise. So we tested in Korea, going to the market with our devices, and then we got the great success for achievement for during the 1.5 years, which we get the $3 to $4 million daily transaction with this app.
Okay.
So our target is small micro merchant, and they do not want to have a set up the home pages, e-commerce pages. They don't want to buy big terminal for POS. I just need a phone. I wanted to make a transaction for online, offline. It's so convenient, and I don't want to pay the money to use the other platform, which is Amazon and eBay, which takes more than 16 to 70% of the whole transaction fee, which is so high. Ours is a 2.9% of the transaction fee for payment and 1.8% of success fee, which is a lower, much more than 10% of the margin go back to the merchant. So then merchant is word of mouth. They spread out very quickly and get a lot of user bases right now. And we also launched our services in Japan last October.
Yeah, make it a great Celsius. So let me just make sure I understand. So a small merchant, instead of having to set up a whole POS, somebody can take their phone and just connect it. They just hold it to the merchant's phone, and it'll deduct the money automatically?
Yeah, this is only for the merchant. Customer doesn't need our application. They just use their own credit card, their phone. That's it.
Okay.
So only merchant install this app and then start to use their services within 2 minutes. And customer, you can use any phones, any credit card, any payment method. So it's very convenient.
So because what I'm trying to understand is that how it actually processes. Like, because I'm familiar with like I'm in a taxi. The taxi driver has Square.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the thing plugged into his phone. He swipes my card. We're done. And
yeah, that's right.
How different is what you do from that?
Yep. So the offline POS part, that's which you mentioned right now. We also we have very similar way. So in taxi driver, you can charge like $100 here, and then the users, they can give the credit card, like a contactless credit card, and attach it, and then it recognize it. Also, we also have devices like this, which is the Paytomo, our Japanese brand name. So
Okay.
we can swipe it and chip it, and these Bluetooth spaces, you can get the payment. So it's pretty much the same. Like anybody who has this app can receive the money. Same like in a big restaurant, big department stores. It has pretty much same features we have. For example, once you want to pay this item, there's a bunch of different payment methods. Sure, Apple Pay, Other Pay, Android Pay. So you pick it up, you start payment, and we do the processing in the behind, and all the transactions complete. Then it's done. So it's quite simple.
Okay, and so what you said is you're currently is this company that you're involved with doing these processings in Korea, or is that a license, or who's doing the Korea business?
Korea is a formally established in Korea. Right now, after we test Korea market and Japan market, we decide to go to the global market, and we set up our company in Los Angeles and move the headquarters for the global market. So the Los Angeles is now the headquarters for the global market with a global brand name, which is SnappyWire.
I like the name.
Yep. So also, thank you. And that is a totally independent company, and we got our own independent asset and resources. So because a lot of payment services, is very difficult to have a penetrate the market. So we first try our market for the Asia first, and now we think we are ready, and we develop for global version right now and ready to go.
Good. And so, do you have a team and a structure there in
Los
Angeles, or what? Give me an idea of what's going on there.
We have 8 people. 6 is a developer. They're pretty much going back and forth in Korea and here, but actually they are Koreans, and Korea is a little bit competitive, cost for development, and also very, very sensitive to get the new technology. So developer is a Korean, and they are here, Los Angeles and Korea, as every 2 months they're going back and forth. And another 2 is me and operators.
Gotcha.
So,
okay. And do you have enough capital to maintain your operations, or tell me what you need to, how much money are you looking for, and what is the use of that money? Yes,
we have the pre-angel fund is $600K. Even though Korea, our previous headquarters has invested $6 million, we spend all of our money for the go-to-market trial and development. But US is totally new setting up. $600K, we get the seed, and right now we are seeking for $800,000 for first phases of go-to-market. So our go-to-market is very unique because, as we mentioned, the online offline combination, there's a big demand from the merchant side. For example, I have this small devices, but I wanted to sell very, very quickly. But how I can sell it? Not only for the POS, but also online POS means just take a photos and link to your social media and spread out to your own network. Then people can buy it. So that's pretty pretty simple way, and
Right.
then you don't have to pay any transaction platform fee, like a success fee, like a 10% on eBay, because you are use your existing the social media platform. So those is the approach to go to market strategy right now. So let me give you some summarize. Our solution there's a couple of different keywords.
Got it.
We are the first mobile and online offline POS, and other one is we help merchants to increase their own sales. Most of payment services, they just receive the payment. That's it. It's like a dummy. It's like a machine. But ours is different. We help merchants to increase sales. The other vendor is we support the outreach to your customers, which means I have a cosmetic, I have a fashion item, I have an accessory, but I wanted to getting connected with the influencer who is online to help me to spread out my item to be known. So we also make them to connect it together. So it's very unique, not just for the processing. So for the POS side, as I mentioned, there's a bunch of different support, the credit card, the key in, the card readers, and other method is almost everything we provide.
Gotcha.
And online is So we also have launched 2 different services for Korea and Japan. The Pay app and Promo. We have the transactions right now.
Beautiful.
And so compare with why people use our services is once you're selling your items to eBay and Amazon, you have this percentage. Ours, including the card transaction fee, is only 4.7%, which is 10% lower.
Gotcha.
So that's why people is really, crazy about our services. So revenue model is we are going to freemium. Is a no monthly fee, no registration fee. So start from freemium. We take a very small commission in every transaction, and we connect your merchant item between the item to the influencer and going to the next level of POS. It's pretty unique.
Right. So what part of LA are you in, by the way? Because I want to put you in touch with one of my people that's going to be there tomorrow.
Oh, that's great. So I'm in an hour distance is area. I can be anywhere in an hour, so no problem anytime.
Introduce you after this call to Steve Mandel, and he's going to be in LA tomorrow. Since what I love about where you are is that this is already operating all over Korea, $3 to $4 million a day in business, and so you've got traction, you've got proof of concept. This is the kind of thing that we look for in terms of getting involved with. So and I'll be in LA later in the week also, but Steve's there tomorrow. So if you could, as soon as we hang up, let's get going with our with emails back and forth, and then I'll introduce you to Steve, and I'll see if you guys can meet tomorrow somewhere. I think he's over in like either the Santa Monica or Beverly Hills area.
Fantastic. Cool.
Okay, David. All right, man. Well, listen, I appreciate you coming to Pitch Investors Live, and we're going to move very quickly on analyzing this. You're going to be sitting with one of our top people within the next 48 hours.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, buddy?
I appreciate that.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.